Yo, what's up guys, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. And before we get into the subject of today's video, I just wanted to give a quick little congratulations to OpTic Gaming. They finally won COD Champs after, what was it, like 3 years or whatnot. And the OpTic curse is no more, and finally you got Scump and Formal that also won their first world title, which is definitely well deserved. And you know, you got Karma and Crim6. Karma's won 3 championships now, and he's the only man to have 3 rings. Crim6 has 2. And and also, just in case you guys are wondering who my favorite OpTic Gaming player is, it is Crim6, and that is that. So congrats to them. And let's get into the discussion of today's video. And you know, recently I've seen other videos and stuff that basically talks about how supply drops are going to be implemented in Call of Duty World War II, to where if you have people that spectate you opening supply drops, like your friends or whatnot, your chances of getting something really good increase. Now, they've also announced that basically supply drops are going to be cosmetic only for the launch window of the game. So we're talking in the beginning, and then after that they're probably going to switch into variants. I mean, these things have been making a lot of money for them, so they're not going to stop, and they have shareholders to please and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. It hurts me to say it, but it's the truth. So supply drops aren't going anywhere anytime soon, and all we can hope for the most part is that Call of Duty at least is good enough to where we can say, hey, it's a pass. This game is playable, and yes, I can come back and play it. You know, and hopefully supply drops don't ruin it too much to the point to where it's basically like, you know, you can't, you know, like if it gets bad to a point to where regular weapons that come with the game don't stand a chance against supply drop weapons that will be released later on, and then you've got to make a problem. And let's not mention the fact that there's also another problem that might come into play. I'm not a technician, tech expert or whatnot on this, but I can't help but think about it, and that is, well, it could have an impact on the matchmaking, because you are going to be, if people are doing this and if people are inviting their friends to spectate them open supply drops, well, might as well play with them, right? So you might be running into full teams. Now this instantly reminded me of, what's it called, Call of Duty Ghosts Clan Wars. Now the problem with Call of Duty Ghosts Clan Wars wasn't the fact that, you know, the game was inspiring people to play together and to try to get teams together and try to be the best during the Clan Wars time, but that's not what I necessarily have the problem with. The problem with that was that it wasn't done correctly. Now, what is correctly? Well, Clan Wars was not its own playlist. So let's say you hopped on a random weekend and there just happened to be Clan Wars, right? And you just wanted to, you know, play some team deathmatch or some kill confirmed or some domination, just solo playing it like you always do, have a good time for a little while and then log off and call it a day or whatnot, okay? But with Clan Wars going on, you are going to run into full teams that are communicating, doing anything they could possibly do to win, sweating their asses off, and basically all you want to do is just get on and play solo, and you're going to have to be forced to play free-for-all. At least that's what I did some of the times when I didn't feel like going hard or if I didn't have anybody to play with. And mostly for the most part, I've always played solo majority of the time when playing Call of Duty. So, and this is kind of similar in a sense with the way the supply drops are being done. Now granted, this is just for the opening in terms of, you know, just spectate your friends and then move on. But it also kind of encourages like just people to play together. Now I don't have a problem with that. But the problem is, if you're running into full teams a lot and you're playing solo, the game is just not as fun. And who knows, maybe the matchmaking might be tweaked. Like, let's say Sledgehammer does not put skill-based matchmaking into this game, okay? And let's say that they work on a patch either before the game comes out or even when the game releases. Let's say the algorithm in terms of how the game finds you a match is going to be affected by this, because let's say you're a solo player. Well, you know, for the most part you don't want to run into full teams. So let's say they adjust the matchmaking to where if you're a solo player, your chances of finding other solo players increases. Okay, that's great and all, but the problem with that is the connection. The quality of the connection goes down, and Call of Duty is very, very, very much connection based, maybe even more so than any other game. Well, than most games at least. And the thing is, what's also sad is that we don't have dedicated servers. We still do not have dedicated servers. We have a hybrid system, if that, and the fact that we don't have dedicated servers can make for a really bad experience if it's done this way or whatnot. So these are basically the things that come to mind whenever I think of something like this. If I'm thinking of, you know, going against a team of other players, and if I'm solo, and if I'm a developer and I'm trying to kind of balance things out, it could have an impact in the matchmaking, because the matchmaking has to search for one more thing, and that is, if you're a solo player, well, one thing it'll take into account is, well, we got to find all their solo players, and instead of the best connection possible. And that's the biggest problem also with skill-based matchmaking. It's the fact that skill-based matchmaking also affects the connection. So, like for instance, if you were to go play Advanced Warfare right now, like if you were to log in right now and just say, fuck it, I'm going to play Advanced Warfare, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a good time, because skill-based matchmaking is no longer a thing in the game. And the connection is actually pretty damn decent. You're actually going to have fun, and you'll actually find that the game is actually one of the most rush, it could be one of the most offensive COD games to date, because you can just fly around everywhere and shoot people in midair, and you can run around and all this good stuff. So, and with skill-based matchmaking turned off, it's basically it's a lot more fun, and I think the game could have been a little bit more successful and a little bit more fun with the more accepted by the fan base if skill-based matchmaking was never an issue in the first place. So the thing is, when you affect the quality of the connection, especially on a game that's not with dedicated servers, for any reason whatsoever, whatever the reason is, this is not good. So, I mean, and we don't have dedicated servers yet, which sucks, but it is what it is. But these are the kind of things that are going through my head right now that are raising speculation about the game. Now, I have no doubt that the base game itself should be really solid. I'm expecting the maps to be good, the weapons that are at launch, I'm expecting those to be really good. I'm expecting a decent amount of variety. Obviously, the game is going to look really good, and all that kind of good stuff. And the beta is going to be very interesting. It's going to be really important to a lot of people, and the beta is going to be really interesting. Everybody is saying that the game, everybody's gotten their hands on the game, is saying that it's absolutely wonderful. But again, it's something you have to experience it for yourself, because other people's opinions may not match your own, and at the same time, you don't know if it's fake hype or not. But I'm going to be optimistic and say that Sledgehammer has probably made a damn good game. And everything else is just bullshit politics that basically, unfortunately, have an impact on the game. And usually, from what we've seen so far, it's made it for the worse. I think Black Ops 3 would have been even better if there was no supply drops, or if the supply drop system was better. So, but time will tell just how much of an impact this will have. So anyway, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think? What are you guys concerned about? What are your opinions on this? Let it be known. So, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.